It's Boy G.
Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Shabbat Shalom. Today, na Saturday, number 20 day for this number 8 month for the year 2022.
About you, all the men that they complain, say don't do it. Let me not see, but if I know they over talk. But yeah, the only advice I get for you, I make sure so no can give me that.
Background song now from Grease Boy, an upcoming Ambazonian activist from Ground Zero.
Too much heart attack, all they get not over G us heart attack, what they will so we no want me no heart attack. All the men they want to try me, I did my long now so I know this sick fine, I know them fine, so why I know them fine, because the girl they don't over give me too much attack. I did trust you girl with all my heart, because me I this.
My name na Capo Daniel. I am the Deputy Defense Chief and the spokesman of the Ambazonian Governing Council. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, fact-based analysis, meaningful information for help we as we waka for this journey to our freedom, the independence of Ambazonia.
We give some man some heart attack. But I sure that we put you down. I go teach you some kind of stuff, make you high. Okay, you're the only one.
Good citizens of Ambazonia, we start today for inside the capital of Ambazonia, Buea City. Ambazonian citizens them for inside Koke, for Basengi village, for Buea. They ran testify again, say La Republic du Cameroon no be just a foreign occupying force, but a force where them be bent for exploit our people like the slaves they be exploit. La Republic du Cameroon, their gendarmerie legion, where they for inside our capital for Buea. It then become a center for kidnapping for ransom. Every year, without shame, they get a coordinated joint military raid, or way they call them say Kale, where they enter for inside town, gather a whole city or a whole quarter, surround them, go from one door to another, make sure they then catch one man for inside, put them for inside their camion, them, drive them, go them for their gendarmerie station. Open kidnapping for ransom, and when they go keep una for there for 3 days, una skin they would run here una skin for inside, then they go ask and say me each family, it pay 200,000 for some cases them. For cases them where you already tight, they go can pay like 50,000 minimum after they don't keep you for there like 1 week. Some of those people them, now those people where they struggle for do small work for around quarter, jobless individual them, where they don't be rendered useless as a result of Cameroon occupation. Today, the same thing it don't happen. For Thursday, it won't be sharp morning time for inside Koke, Besingi village for Buea. A group of over 300 Cameroon terrorist military, they enter for inside Besingi, surround the whole village, waka for door to door, catch people them, beat someone, they rob someone for poto, carry almost the entire Besingi. That means say for every house, they make sure they carry at least 2 people. Then carry an all with their commandant them for day. Then take them, go them for their so-called torture center when they call it Gendarmerie Nationale for inside Buea. All those people them, they don't care whether you get ID card or not, you get colonial ID card. They don't care whatever reason, then just come for can catch people them for every house. They don't put them for day. Today, it don't make 2 days. With the yesterday, they asked now 200,000 before any man it go come out. So they want the way they get money, they go pay this 200,000. 200,000, it passed the average salary of a single person for inside Ambazonia. Imagine all those family them. One way they get 50,000, they will surely keep them for there like 1 week before them pay this ransom, then leave them. La Republic du Cameroon, it promise, empty promise with one hand, then it can take from we with another one. This one is still slavery day. It was past public torture, where German people they be use them for slave labor. This one na hoha, kidnapping for ransom. There is nothing you can do. If some of them be na one the way they be get on their member them for CPDM, they no go even get power for call back home for toxicity and release them. Because when you be amber, you be amber. We are all slaves in the eyes of these people. And a time for we to realize them. We get no future with La Republic other than torture, humiliation. Even for Buea, For inside Koke, they be even the disobey ghost town when a day way all Ambazonia they detox them reject one Cameroon. Even for them, then come for they can't catch people then like this. These people then for Koke, they leave them in peace. There is even no self-defense group for inside Koke. They still suffer from Cameroon terrorism, Cameroon occupation, Cameroon colonialism. This one for sure say no matter who's way you dey for Ambazonia, no fee say this problem it no concern you. Onto Cameroon terrorism, Cameroon kidnapping for ransom, it go meet up you. Warana the one way they ask for moto, then you go sabi, you go read law as they talk am. This one no be situation where we don't ever know am, and no be situation where we go ever accept them. We must come together collectively for resist Cameroon occupation and put an end for this colonialism regime where they over our country. Not far still for the Atlantic state, for inside the great state of Manu, for Akwaya, La République du Cameroon, after they don't fail for inject communal violence, I would successfully get series of meetings them with the local chiefs them for inside Akwaya, peace it don't return, love it don't come back, and all the villages they don't pay their allegiance to the Ambazonian flag. La République du Cameroon they don't come themselves up for can do the job, carrying out a raid in Tinta village for inside Akwaya, destroying even the primary school where be been a community school for inside day. 3 people them they don't be killed. Over some people then see the way they never be accounted for as all man for inside Akwaya. Then see the presence of terrorist Cameroon forces. Then all that run for inside bush. The Ambazonian forces them for inside Mavas, led by General Omega. They not be just down on their hand, but they intervene timely, challenge La République du Cameroon their military. We hear say their colonial SDO it become together with them inside one of their armored car. The brave soldiers them then lost one force, but then successfully drive back La République du Cameroon their forces and stop further burning of our village.
Here na Major General Omega. I want to show na this video. When I see na near their work so, the military they attack my base. They be arrive around 12 minutes to 3 o'clock night. And they do this work. See their empty case. They don't attack my base today, the 16th of August 2022. After their work, don't succeed for kill that soldier man at Talat, where I don't send the video, so I go see for the video. Now them so after they don't shoot, they load. See the empty packet. So now yeah, their work today for General Omega base. Now we saw for inside my base. Today the 16th of August. Now my base so. I see them. Now here they be attack we. They succeed for kill one soldier man, one amber fighter. When at Talat, see our flagpole. Now it is for base. There's no move am.
So the forces then succeed for repair the Cameroon attack, then leave behind one primary school where be burnt, several burnt houses, 3 civilians killed as they withdraw, and we lost one Ambazonian fighter. May so rest in power. We'll continue for engage and for support all our forces, and we'll call our people for reach out to the forces in Mavas. As school they can start, La République du Cameroon, their Minister of Basic Education, Nalova Leonga, the lapdog for La République, it then sent out a message for all their colonial DO and SDO them, for inform them, say plenty unlicensed, so-called unlicensed school, then they say me then close them all. This one a direct reference and attack to the Ambazonian community school, as to the numbers of community school they then double. Each side over 326 primary schools and 117 colleges them where they operate without proper license or authority from La République du Cameroon. La République then lost control, Ambazonia it then take control, and they be confused. Our people they need to know, say the whole issue of school now about authority. La République don't care about our students, neither do they have a care about the progressiveness of our students, as the education system will be designed to keep our people as workers and enslaved people. We call on all Ambazonian communities and villages for take upon themselves the responsibility for open up community schools for teach our own picking them how for read and write and for direct them. We want for mine Ambazonia and them say most developed countries them, the most intelligent and most progressive students and they train them not set for house. So we need to adopt the same practices and people the way they operate holiday classes would then they call on them for engage with us for see how we do set up community schools for teach our picking them, especially as plenty of them they were in a low income family them. So one then they even for city them where they not get farm them for work it be very difficult for them for make ends meet. Would you look for more opportunity for set up community schools? Please, if any teacher they way if they operate their holiday classes, make it contact with for see how we work for day. Still talking about education, there can be a talk of war of what between Comrade John MBAH Akoruh and Comrade Boh Herbert over Twitter, following some Ambazonian them manipulation of Ambazonian forces for ground for send out anti-liberation, anti-revolutionary messages targeting your own humble spokesman, Capo Daniel. We then they always advise our people, say Cameroon government, then get plenty minders and so-called advisors them, with their job now for influence our soldier them for ground, our activists and people the way them be influential for misdirect our struggle and derail our struggle. Such people them, some of them are even donors. If this intelligence be enough, Diangote, the lapdog of Buea, in his speech in Pidgin, he then explained how this phenomenon in the work na a calculated move by La République du Cameroon for use our own, including NGOs and senior citizens within our country and people who are responsible to use them to contact and initiate contact with our forces, our influencers, including Ambazonian activists in the diaspora, for give them misleading advice about what to do, where it go end up for lead us to nowhere. I go take a moment, I go dive down into the problem, I go explain them bit by bit, and for inform Ambazonians them say every time we criticize somebody, or we challenge somebody, or we expose somebody, it don't necessarily mean say we don't talk to that person as La République agent. We know if we begin to call people and say La République agent, simply because we get differences with them, or we disagree with them, or we not like what they do, or we not like them. We must be very careful. So make we understand say our criticism now because of differences in opinion, not be because of the accuse of man say na La République du Cameroon their agent. I go give una the genesis of these people them and their motivation behind their position them, and make una understand. Some people then they be influenced by La République, not be because say they work with La République or they know what way it happen. Now just say because of their greed and lack of patriotism, they don't expose themselves to be vulnerable to be manipulated by La République agents. People the way they take decision, not be because it be practical, but not just because they hate person or all these wicked black man syndromes them. They always fall prey to Cameroon manipulation. And the AMF it can be one of the biggest victim them for Cameroon manipulation. This group it be set up by Foncha, we will not say the work with La République. Nambere be one of the founder them for they will not say the work with La République, and plenty other people them. Bita call away there for ground zero today. Will not say we been at the main soldier for Foncha. At the point this one of a show now say these people then be vulnerable because of their hatred, tribalism, and sheer lack of common sense. I go start first now with these people where they call themselves say AMF. Where now them now they don't gather some group of soldiers them, including black legs them, because they not get no way for vet people they put them for that group. They don't come now the second time this way they do this thing, then create a group, give a name, then any man where they not send a soldier they add a name for day. Even one way they see you for Facebook you they talk about Ambazonia they go add their name for day. You don't talk to you soldier for so and so place, they go add their name. They nobody see you, they nobody give you. But now people the way they get connection for ground. Because you get a one way na be the main person, either from Kondengide, na person way come up for Kupe Maninguba. And then you get Angel Michael too in a Bakosi person way it to be there for ground. You two that way they catch you. I will come for that one how they catch you, make you understand the danger in this type of behavior. Their objective now for take over ground zero leadership and for create a government. That is what they are saying publicly, and they have said so privately. So no be just say they work for La République. Make we not make mistake. The fact say Foncha if you don't come for the way they work with La République say Nambere be did it that way they start time. It not necessarily mean say then still be influential over them right now. So these people, they gather soldier them, they encourage them, say me they do kidnapping for ransom openly as a means for raise fund for help them. They talk say they don't want no diaspora, but as a matter of fact, some of the way they were the main leader them for this group, they actually didn't for diaspora. They pretend say they for ground zero. Sometimes they make video say they for ground zero, but they actually there for diaspora. So one of the guy he there for America, I know I'm calling him. He call himself say being an American soldier, but we no say a scammer. And then you get the other one when I said na in Jamaica, his small brother. He to be there for ground. He run away the cash in Jamaica. And how the cash in Jamaica? He don't contact person, say you want buy one and wait, they want give them an AMF uniform or whatever. They put the things them for inside motor talk, say me then go collect them for pack. Then go collect them for pack. Now for the Republic, then catch it, then say if it been an infiltration. So how would they even have the ability to vet themselves? We are more experienced in the diaspora because from the diaspora you can manage information from various places. There is no way you can have a satellite control of ground zero when you are in ground zero. It's just impossible. You can't do that by yourself. And they don't prove them wrong for several times. How many soldiers they don't fall for inside Santa, for Grandpa for Santa, where he be join the group, he be buy into this idea. So soldiers them for ground, they be actually they contribute money they send them for this guy them for ground. They take that money, they chop them for the most part. I know I'm go inside their detail for their transaction them, but nothing that way it happen for inside Kundengi Day. So after they be catch St. Michael, the next person where they start choose them for use them, it been a presido. There will be no presido, they can make audio to the challenge Sako, challenge ADF and everybody. So presido, it be so bad to take Sako become la send na papi. The same person then go key presido for inside place we did it for ground zero. So presido ran die now, they use na bitter collar. Bitter collar too, na person way funcha it be done brainwash you with hatred for ADF and everybody else. So definitely they don't get traction now because all the ARF forces them way they be join ARF. ARF as una known as Sako e creation, na Sako e force we be under General Field Marshal Oliver Leke. Oliver Leke too, he don't come for the, he don't talk to me and kill all the soldiers them. Right from General Sagat. If he talk say any man will get problem, we will not kill him. Any man will get problem, we will not kill him. For Buea, we will not kill him. So all the ARF them, they don't be lost. They don't know place to go. They don't know name for attachment for themselves. Because you will call ARF na highway na Sako force. Chris I know your brother don't talk to me then come for ye. So with all those divisions, they don't see and send a place for them for gather all these ARF people them. They don't put them for one chat group. People then like John MBAH Akoruh where them feel say they not be strong as leader without force for ground. They encourage this type of things as well. Because them feel say it will give them voice. They don't need force to have a voice as a person where they represent civil liberty. So we know plenty activists then too where they see say maybe these people then when they gather they not be under a structure, it will give them voice. So they want to try to spread out our forces them. Me they not come under one leadership or collaborate because they want to get a voice through this soldier them. That is just the truth of what is happening. So this chat group where they are at all man for the naive, they don't choose themselves now, like the admin and the spokesman. We don't see say transporter too. They be down corner transporter for Sokadef, put them for the pupu all man for the. Everybody's in that chat group. I'm there. Just like many chat groups, you go there to participate. You have to be in chat groups to engage with other people. But these are not secure avenue, and they are not making decision based on rational thinking. They are being influenced. They lack competence. As soon as we see this, their challenge for education, it just be driven by politics. It not be driven by fighting. Fighters need to focus on fighting, not politics. And we hear now say that the talk say they want to put date for open school for 1st of October. October 1st na Independence Day. You compromise our nationalism when you make such nonsense decisions. They are not competent to make decisions on education because the AGOFC is the biggest supporter, is the biggest organization that runs community school, and every decision that comes about school must pass through them, must be informed by them because they don't do hard work for that sector and then be the leading organization for that sector. So this decision where they make it be driven by politics, it be enforced, they be encouraged by people the way they not get relevance, where they feel the physical relevance only through this means. But that is very bad. So Boh Herbert, he don't call out the forces on the ground where they make that message for threaten me. But we know say those are useless threats. They will not fear, man, it don't mean anything. So Boh Herbert, he don't call out them. John MBAH Akoruh, he don't come in their defense. He to the one talk say, ground zero forces. They should know that the ADF is not in the moon. They should know that the AGOVC is not in the moon. The ADF is on ground zero. The governing council is on ground zero. The AGOVC is not just a diaspora organization that sits and pay minders or coordinators to bring soldiers under them. It is a properly constituted organization that have trained forces with its military ideology, recruit forces and bring forces under their auspices and command and control on the ground. So some idea that decision, because we have a spokesman and the seat of our power is out of the country, it means that ADF is not on ground zero. It is just ridiculous. These are people who are blinded by their own ego and hatred. But it must stop for posterity's sake. For the sake of love of country and flag, John MBAH Akoruh, Mark Barata, all the rats and dogs with the run behind this thing, they have to stop this nonsense. People are dying. We have spent a lot of blood and money to raise up community school for the past 3 years. We have given our people pride, putting our children out there to come and sing our anthem and speak to our people in our language that have given our people a lot of joy and pride. Anybody who is going to discard all these things because of politics deserve no rule or seat on the tables of Ambazonian leaders. And this is a warning I'm putting out there for anybody who thinks you can undermine our leadership, not for any legitimate reason, but simply because you think you position yourself to be a leader. If you think undermining the ADF, our top officials, because you think it will give you space in social media, because you cannot cohabit, you cannot participate or support any effort if you are not the leader, if you are not the head, if it does not directly benefit you. This wicked black man syndrome must stop. Must stop. Consider this as a warning if you are a spoiler for simply because of ego, hatred, jealousy. This primitive behavior amongst Ambazonians must stop and must stop today. It must stop. Our people deserve better. The days of Jongu Fonchas are over, where they'll simply rule themselves, put their tails beyond their belly, and walk away. We are the never again generation. We have paid blood and treasure to save our land. The ADF soldiers that have paid with their blood will never go in vain. This organization will stand the test of time because it is built on a strong foundation. Now, water will go leave stone. Stone no go. Make una understand that. So any of you who are dreaming in your wildest dream to undermine the ADF, our top officials, you will only prolong the suffering of our people and this liberation movement before your eyes will open to the prophecy made by General MBAH Akoruh. The ADF will lead the way into Buea. It will happen. We have taken leadership in everything that matters, not because we want to be leaders, but because we see a job that needs to be done and we do it for doing its sake, for independence sake. And everybody should have that patriotic mindset. Support effort of every group that you see is good, irrespective of whether you like it or whether it will benefit you or not, whether it will guarantee your place in negotiation or your own place in Ambazonia. All money place go day. All money place go day. When I the first fight now for waiting, we will never even first get them. We are fighting to free our country, and every decision needs to be guided by the principle, guided by the goal to free Ambazonia. God bless you all.
I wanna let you know.
Capo Daniel signing off.
All this kind of love me, I don't give. I'm too upset, no come give me some kind of heart attack. Where if you broke my heart, there you go, counter attack. Say one tongue go fight some kind of strong attack. All that men, they go the strong attack. They tell me say that kind of attack will be a strong attack now. So they try me so. Me I know I come here for fight you so. I did my long, they me fine. When I take my chance, I did me fine. Nigga, when I get they visit me, I did me fine. All the men they find me.